we're going to do is I'm going to just take a few minutes and just educate some of you guys on what's going on with these PPP loans that the government just approved, because they just approved a new round of funding in the last couple of weeks for PPP. And I know there's a lot of people, by the way, PPP, if you don't know, Paycheck Protection Program, a lot of people don't really know the details because it's kind of been loose in them giving out details and figuring it out. So if you want some PPP help, do me a favor and say PPP help. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you, I'll put it up here real quick. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. By the way, if you can hear me and see me, do me a favor and say, I can hear you, Jason. That'd be really helpful for me in the chat. So here's the thing. I'm going to share with you this email that I got from Bank of America. Also, US Bank sent out a bunch of things like that. And I just want to tell you, no matter what bank you have, this information will apply to you. I know inside our academy, a lot of salon owners are sharing information about what they're doing and how they're getting their PPP loans handled and taken care of. So do me a favor. Just want to make sure the audio is working. Just comment if you can hear me so that I know. But a couple things here on the PPP loan specifically that's coming out. So if you got the PPP loan the first time or EIDL assistance, a lot of people are now getting that forgiven. Now, that doesn't mean that this loan is going to get forgiven here either, but just be aware that the government is doing everything they can to give you some support and some assistance. So I'm going to read you some of this information and just help you guys out here. Okay. So a couple things. Federal legislation signed into law on December 27th, which is $900 billion in emergency coronavirus relief. New legislation, loans up to $284.5 billion just in PPP. And this is all through the SBA lender. Okay. So this is through your SBA lender. Super important stuff. And I want to make sure that you guys are getting access to all this stuff. Okay. First of all, if you don't have a good relationship with your SBA lender, now's the time. Make sure you do it. But check this out. According to the legislation, for any business who didn't apply for it last time, the qualifications are you have to have 500 employees or fewer. So hopefully that's some of you guys, I would imagine. And it says if you're applying for the first time, you have to have fewer than 300 employees if you're going to go to second round of this. And then also, you've got to demonstrate a year-over-year quarterly revenue reduction of at least 25%. Meaning you can look at that. Now, for some businesses, I know that your quarters maybe were a little strange, or maybe it was like March, April, May, and the things are weird. Just look at a 3-month period of time and at least petition your bank for that and say, hey, look, because I know for a lot of our salons inside our academy, one of the things that happened is a lot of them did really, really well when they reopened because we helped them through that time and they exploded back to life. But you can still take a look at how this works. So you can go to the SBA website, you can get more information, click on the SBA website and they'll get you some more details. But check this out. There's a couple things that'll help you prepare for the application. Go on the SBA website, figure that out, look at all of these things because the CARES Act, and again, is designed to create PPP loan forgiveness. So many salon owners that we talked to were able to get across the line and get some PPP loan forgiveness, which just meant that 100% of that money actually went back in their pocket and they were just able to use it without having to pay it back as a loan. So I'm not saying borrow like there's no tomorrow because you might have to pay it back, but take a look at it. Figure out, did you have a 25% loss in revenue year on year if you look back at your salon? And here's the other thing. I know there's some silly things that happen. I literally heard of salons who took PPP loans and then freaked out and gave their money back. Can I tell you some really interesting uses of your PPP money? Look, if you're in a position where you've got an extra amount of money, this is the time to start reinvesting into your people, into your team, and most importantly, into your education. We did some things with salons while they were closed, actually helped them still create revenue while they were closed. So if you're still closed and you want some help, we can help you with that. But more importantly, when salons reopened, we put a plan in place to handle the volume of people who come flooding back in the door. We also put a plan in place to make sure that on average, our salons that reopened made between $25,000 and $75,000 worth of just pure profit the months following that they opened up. We even had one salon by the time they closed out this last year did $192,000 in additional profit because of one big change they made while they were closed, and when they reopened more profitable at a higher level of operation, and it was just extremely beneficial for them to implement some of those things. So if you want some help and you're trying to figure out like, what do I do? Now is the time to roll up your sleeves, get really clear about what business you need to get handled that you can use your PPP loan for. And even if you're running it at limited capacity, like in California, there's some salons that are operating at limited capacity, some salons are still closed, or if you're open and you're still just lacking in revenue because there's just not as many guests walking through the door, I would still recommend you apply for this new round of PPP. And if you need some help on that, do me a favor and comment help in the comment section below. I know one of my friends, Lori Zanny, called me up and she said, Jason, I just want to thank you because you helped so much during that last round of PPP loans, because it was all new, right? The first time all this happened, it was all new. And we just gave a bunch of free information out online about how do you apply for it. But what I would say is get on the phone with your SBA lender. One of the best SBA lenders you can get on the phone with is if you have a small bank relationship, like your credit unions and your local banks, and get a hold of the SBA specialist and talk with them. See if you can get them on the phone. They're going to be overwhelmed. So here's what I would just recommend. Be as friendly and as nice as you humanly possibly can be. Be patient with them, have that conversation. They might ask that you submit that loan process in advance. And the more you can email in and get that information, the better. Go on the SBA website, be educated, be prepared for it, because I know some salons are still really struggling and hurting to come back at the level that they need to be. It's really, really important. The other thing I want to say, according to the CARES Act, I've heard a lot of information on this, and if any of you guys want information, I'll do another video on this, is if you're an independent contractor, there's some great new resources for you that allow you to go back and actually submit some information. So if you were like, oh my gosh, I don't necessarily have a large business set up, but I'm a contractor, I need to figure that out. If you're a contractor or you work by yourself, or it's just you as an operator of one, there's some other really great advantages that'll help you get some additional money from the government. But look, I'm not a big fan of like going after government handouts, but like when we've been through what we've been through, one of the most important things you can do is take advantage of those opportunities if they're there. It'd be silly not to. So let me know if this was helpful for you. Do me a favor and drop a comment in the comment section below and let me know what was the most helpful for you so I can make sure that this video gets out. And if you know another salon owner that's trying to figure this out and they need some more help, do me a favor and comment below. And if you do have questions that I didn't answer during this video, do me a favor, drop the comment or question in the comment section below, and then I'll shoot another video and I'll answer the question. I really want to make sure that for so many salons, there's still more PPP loan money out there, whether it's your first time applying or you're applying again. And just because you got denied the first time doesn't mean you're going to get denied again. And I want to make sure every salon that has access to these resources can get access to those because you deserve to have it. You've been through a lot. I want to make sure, again, that this year turns around. By the way, if I didn't mention it, because I know I didn't mention it, we actually have an event coming up this Sunday called the Salon and Spa Bounce Back event. We're going to be covering all types of resources and learnings for you as a salon owner to help you grow your salon business, grow your salon company, to recruit great team that will be available to help you build up your salon company business. And how do you get salon customers to come back in the door and make sure that they understand the trust and the safety measures that you're taking and putting in place. And if you want tickets to that event, it's gonna be completely free. It's an all-day event, and I'm just giving away tickets for free because I wanna make sure that every salon gets access to that stuff, and you guys need more support now than ever. So if you want a ticket to our upcoming event, do me a favor and comment below with the word ticket, and I'll just hook you up. I'll send you a message. I'll give you a free ticket, and you can come as long as you promise to be there and participate 100%. You gotta be there the whole day. If you're there the whole day, I will give you a free ticket. Thank you guys so much. Have a great night. I hope it's been helpful.